Hello, it's Dave Boddington here, and I'm joined by James Jarvis.
Hello guys. Hello Dave.
Hello. I'm playing as Borussia Dortmund in yellow.
And I'm Man City in blue.
And we're playing this FIFA 13 because, James, you've been to see FIFA 14. You've actually played the game recently. Tell
Yeah.
me. Oh, for God's sake.
That's a good start, Dave. Yeah, it's important to point out straight away that this is footage from FIFA 13. EA haven't released any footage of 14 yet, but we are expecting to see it at their conference at E3 next week. But yeah, I got to go hands-on with FIFA 14 the other week, and it's really good, Dave.
Yeah?
It's much improved over this version. There's nothing that they can like sort of announce as like a big game-changing thing.
Like headline reason.
No, but it's all the little things that makes it such a better game. Their big thing that they told us about the other week was precision movement,
right,
which is their new. They're calling it the locomotion engine.
This is precision movement, James. Bang. Locomotion engine.
Yes,
okay.
And it's all about how the players move and what they do off the ball as well as on the ball, and making runs and things like that. So it means that your sprinting now is not, you can't just stop like this, because obviously your momentum would have taken you further.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can't just sort of spin on a dime and things like that. So
is that affected by player stats? You know, by
yeah, it's so they can get a lot more personality of the players into the game as well. So you can get players who are really good at accelerating, but not so good at turning and that kind of thing. So it really does. It adds to sort of the tactical decisions that you're making in terms of subs and things like that.
That was awful. That's interesting. Okay.
But it really makes the game feel more like a simulation than an arcade game. Like, this is quite fast and bouncy.
You see, I mean that's good in technical development terms, but how does that translate into actually making a game fun?
It is really fun, but now it's a lot more like real football. So I think you'll get games that are sort of played at a slower pace, where you can now sort of smack balls over the top,
right, rather than
and exploit people's defences and who aren't very fast. And if you've got a really fast forward, you can bash it over the top and chase after it with your fast forward.
I mean, you can see how we're playing now. This is fairly standard, really, isn't it? Just proper end-to-end stuff the whole time.
Yeah, it's a lot more. You can control the game a lot more. So you can, if you're 1-0 up and it's sort of 70 minutes into the match, it's a lot easier to slow the game right down and keep the ball and play it at your pace, and all of your men will move up.
Is that more boring?
No, it makes you feel.
Good?
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're a lot more in control of the whole team rather than just like one man at a time.
Okay.
It feels like the whole team are sort of moving up with you and making decisions, and everyone hopefully will be pleased to know that the defensive AI is now being drastically improved since last year.
That is good news.
So now when they're making decisions, they'll make a decision, whereas in this version they'll make a decision based on one frame of animation.
Okay.
So they'll check, is that man making a run? Yes. Okay, I'll follow him. And then if you stop making a run with that player, the defender will still go, oh, I'll just keep running. But in the new one, they make it on multiple frames. So
Good Lord.
So they make decisions. They're basically just more intelligent. They decide who's going to be a bigger threat, and rather than stopping running after the ball, they'll just chase the man all the way to the end of the pitch, which is good.
Sounds all right.
Yeah, so all the animations have been sort of blended together, whereas in FIFA 13, like this one we're seeing now, there'll be sort of set animations for turning and running and sprinting and stopping. Now they've managed to blend them together, and it just makes it look a lot smoother and a lot more like people are actually playing football.
What about graphical fidelity in general? How do the actual players look? How does the pitches look? How do the stadiums look?
These are the same teams that we played with in FIFA 14, but I would say it looks pretty much the same. We played it on PS3,
current gen?
On current gen build. There was no talk of next gen. I imagine there'll be some talk of next gen next week, but there was no mention of the sort of the new generation of FIFA yet.
Okay.
But they have made a new engine, so make of that what you will.
Yeah.
Another thing that you might be excited about, Dave, is in the terms of throw-ins.
They do excite me.
They've massively changed the throw-ins and now they work. In this version of the game where you kick it off and you'd be like, oh,
just run and get it.
And then they reset the whole players.
Yeah.
Now they actually do run and get it, and you can take a quick throw in and it actually benefits your team by doing that.
That's an interesting point, because you can take quick throws in this version, but they only sometimes, of course, but they do tend to just not work.
Yeah, the animation in it as well is locked to like certain ways that you can throw the ball. You either throw it left or right.
Yep.
Now you have a choice of throwing it in any direction you want, and however hard you want, and you can actually pinpoint your player that you want to throw it to. And it, it's another little thing, but it's a thing that I know a lot of people have been sort of wanting for a long time.
It's the same true with free kicks?
They haven't been changed as a rule, but because of the new movement system that they've got in the game and players reacting to what the rest of the team are doing and moving around into space, they feel slightly better. Like people will come towards the ball to play a short free kick.
Okay.
But the actual free kick system is very much the same.
Okay. What about the penalty system? Did you
didn't actually get any penalties, but it wasn't mentioned as a new thing.
Because this is something I've always had a problem with.
Penalties.
And I know people like Ben Wilson, the official PlayStation magazine, claims that I'm insane and penalties are easy to master and be brilliant at, but I just can never get the hang of them.
Well, they
haven't been able to since like FIFA 10.
They do have a lot more new skill games for the stuff that you're having before the matches.
Okay.
There's a lot of sort of stuff so you can work out how to do the new dribbling and the new one-touch control and stuff, and there is a new penalty sort of game that you can play which shows you exactly how penalties work, shows you how to move over your target system, when to do it, where you can place the ball. Okay. So hopefully that will help you in that situation. Something I know a lot of our community members have been wanting to know is, and you'll also get the answer in the interview that is up right now as well, is have the nets been improved? Now, you might not think this is a big issue, Dave, but I asked the developers if the nets had been changed, because apparently they don't react as realistically as people want them to. Like, they just sort of bulge in the wrong places and stuff. And I did ask them, and they did say they do know that it's something that everyone wants, but it's not in FIFA 14.
But how can that be to code? Surely if you're making loads of men run around.
Well, I guess it's a priority thing. Do you want the game to actually be, play a lot nicer, or do you do the nets at the end? And I guess this time they've chosen to do the nets at the end, and they haven't got around to it. But they said they are looking into it. It will be in future versions of FIFA, in the next year or two. So they know, and they know people want it, but it's just not in FIFA 14 right now.
Okay. Are there any other elements of gameplay you recall that really struck you as being remarkable?
Nothing I can think of offhand other than what we've been through. Like the precision movement system does really help, and you can do aerial through balls like that, and curved aerial through balls. The shooting systems had a big overhaul, so you can do proper shots now, and you'll know if you've done a shot and it goes off to the side and you're like, why has that gone off to the side? Like normally you have no idea why that's happened.
Oh, there was a quick throw disaster.
Yeah.
Good.
But now the animation you'll be able to tell why you've scuffed a shot because of the way that they place their feet and things like that. So I think it's good as an overall thing. I think everyone will be quite surprised how much of a change it is from 13.
Yeah.
Because the change between 13 and 12 was minimal. Yeah. But this one definitely feels like they've had a proper go at changing it, and it really does feel different.
What about one last thing, James? What about the defensive tackling? Is it still pressure with one button and stick your foot out with another? Actually, hold that thought.
In essence, yes, it is. But they have introduced the second chance tackles. So if you make a tackle with a defender and you stick your foot in, normally in FIFA 13, that's it. You've just gone. But now you can stick multiple. You can tap away at the guy by. You know how proper defenders they'll have a go and then they'll try and stick. So now there's a lot more.
Rather than fully committing and that being the end.
You get a lot more chances of making that tackle again.
Good.
So overall, I think it's a big improvement over 13, and everyone should be excited about it.
Good stuff. Well, we'll undoubtedly have more on FIFA 14 coming up next week at E3. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to know all about FIFA 14 and all the other big games. And we'll catch you soon.